Coming up on the Student Lens, I hit the road and head on out to Mount Olive High School. It's my first ever Surviving High School edition, and I get tips from the experts and screen some knockout Mount Olive student videos. All next! Welcome to the Student Lens. I'm your host, Yang Miller, and I'm on location today at Mount Olive High School in Flanders, New Jersey. First, I want to thank the administration and the teachers for inviting us into their awesome school. And I want to be sure that no one is confusing this high school with the Mount Olive Pickle Company in Mount Olive, North Carolina, where on December 31st, 1999, they held their first New Year's Eve pickle drop, in which a 10-foot glowing pickle was dropped Times Square style, and that's been a huge hit ever since. So just to be clear, we're not in Mount Olive, North Carolina on New Year's Eve. We're at Mount Olive High School, the home of the Marauders in Flanders, New Jersey. And thanks for inviting us in. But enough about pickle drops. There's a reason why our show is called The Student Lens, and it's time to meet our first young producers.
The Student Lens, meet the director, take one.
Guys, welcome to Student Lens. Harrison, Jimmy, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for teaching me your secret handshake.
Yes, very nice.
It's So, guys, tell me about the inspiration for your film, Detention.
Well, it sort of came from an idea I had about making judgment calls, and I wanted to address what it means to make a judgment call and how it affects other people and what will happen when the tables are turned on one another.
All right, cool. Let's take a look.
Sorry. Are you the only one here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Could you just do me a favor and just sign this? Just sign that. Just sign that. Thanks. Don't you have to write an apology or something?
For what?
For whatever it is that got you in here.
Nothing got me in here. I choose to come here. I've got nothing better to do.
Well, I really hope that's not the case.
Why? Do you have something else to do? So who are you texting?
My wife. And you?
I'm just playing Tetris. So why are you texting her?
Because it's a free country.
You got a picture of her?
Yes.
Can I see it?
No.
Problems at home?
Could you just sit there and be quiet?
I was just wondering.
I'd really appreciate it if you just sit there quietly.
Oh, you'd appreciate it? Oh, yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. I'm so sorry, sir.
Stop screwing around.
Hey, look, I was just joking.
No, just stop treating me like a fool, okay?
I didn't mean...
You didn't mean what? You didn't mean what, huh? You didn't mean to be such a jerk? You didn't mean to be so arrogant? What?
I was just...
What is wrong with you? Do you enjoy being so arrogant? Do you enjoy knowing everything?
No, I don't.
You make it out like you seem like you do, and I mean, you obviously know all about my home life.
Look, I'm just a kid.
Exactly. You're a kid, and you think you're entitled, and that gives you the right to be careless and rude. What gives you that right?
I don't have to listen to you.
Yeah, you do, because you're stuck with me, and I'm stuck with you.
Look, all right, I get it. I'm sorry, all right? Just stop yelling at me. Hey, it's 4 o'clock. Can I go now?
Yeah, go.
Hey, look. I only got a detention because I was late.
Hey, honey. Yeah, no, I know. Calm down. Listen, please stop yelling at me.
Great. So, obviously we have one actor here. Tell me about the acting process and the casting process and where you found the teacher.
Okay. Well, we sort of started with Jimmy. Obviously, he's our main actor in it as the boy. The trick was finding the teacher who would, have this force against him. So we both thought about it for a long time. We had like 5 teachers lined up, and we gave each of them a script. And then we decided that, there was this one person who we'd never seen act before, and we decided, you know what, let's give it a try because we have such a good relationship with him. He's our sound and lighting guy for the shows we do. His name's Andy Roberts. And we were like, Andy, do you want to come and yell at Jimmy for a few minutes? And he's like, don't I do it all the time? So he came, and having that great relationship just made it such, even though it's really gritty in there, it made it a lot of fun when shooting it.
Guys, it was a very dramatic, hard-hitting film. Can you tell me about getting that performance out of the actors?
Sitting in the room, I had no idea what to expect. I've only been to detention once freshman year, and that was because I was late to class. So to be in detention, which is actually how this story winds up going, but to come in and to act with this teacher who, I've been friends with since freshman year, and to have him just sitting there yelling at me and then to go back at him and yell back at him, it was really interesting. It was a lot of fun to play something that was totally out of my character. And I guess I just kind of removed myself. I pulled up my hood, and that kind of helped me feel, like a tough guy.
Tell me about the rehearsal process.
Well, we planned this set date, and we decided, you know what, we're going to go and we're going to jump right into it. We wanted it as authentic as possible. So we went in, I set the cameras up, and I recorded just so we could have a few shots while we were doing the first half of the scene. And I ended up using those shots that we shot that time because I thought it was so perfect the way they did it. They looked at their scripts once, maybe twice, and they just jumped right into it. Like I said, it was because of that relationship that they had that made it so easy.
I agree. I think that kind of going head first and not, super rehearsed, it wasn't robotic. It was just fluid and natural. And that's what I really like about this piece, is just how natural it seemed and the tension that you could feel between myself and the teacher.
All right, guys, you can tell me. You can come clean. Have you personally had a lot of problems with detention?
I had detention once in 7th grade for stealing another boy's sweatshirt, which actually was just a whole big joke, but anyway, I won't get into that. And then once freshman year, as I said, for being late, so it did help me practice for this part. But detention's intimidating. I mean, I just sat there in the back and I was terrified. But
Sorry.
Go ahead.
That's sort of what I wanted. That's why I put this piece in a detention, because it's the simplest form of, judgment. You see a kid in detention, you automatically think this is a bad kid. Yeah. And it's not always the case.
Jimmy, Harrison, thank you so much, guys, for having me and for talking with us about your awesome film.
Thank you.
And thank you for teaching me the secret handshake.
It's our pleasure.
And we'll be right back with more student-produced videos. Okay, so we're just out here in Mount Olive looking for some high school survival tips. Hey you! Hey, I haven't been in high school for a while, and I am looking for some survival tips. What can you tell me?
Well, definitely have a core group of friends so you can get through everything. So they'll always be there for you.
Okay, cool. I need a crew watching my back.
Yeah, definitely.
And can I count on you?
Yeah, sure.
How many friends do you think I could score by the end of the day?
Well, there's some pretty friendly people here, so if you're nice, maybe like 10, 20.
10 or 20?
Yeah, maybe.
That's more friends than I have in my normal life.
Well, we have pretty friendly people here.
Aaron, how do I make friends? What is a good marauder's greeting?
Well, you should definitely be very nice and vocal. Don't be afraid to go up and say hello to somebody. Just be friendly. Don't be shy. Be yourself.
Is it okay if I just awkwardly stand next to them and smile?
No,
So you don't think this would work?
I don't think so.
I'm looking for survival tips. What do you got for me?
I would say you should probably get involved because you'll make the most friends that way and just make a lot of memories to have from high school.
That's great. My normal memories from high school are, it's been a while, so they're kind of fading, the ones that I did have. So what are some valuable high school memories that I could make today?
Well, just stuff you do with your friends, like even if you're just sitting at lunch, like having like a chip party like we had at my table.
Chip party?
Yeah.
Tell me about the chip party. How does it work?
Well, if it's anyone's birthdays, we all bring in chips and have a chip party.
What are we talking chips-wise? We talking Pringles, Doritos?
Just any kind of chip. No pretzels though, not allowed.
No pretzels. That's a good tip. Chip parties only, no pretzels. Tell me about your fave chip.
Just a regular plain chip.
Plain old potato chip.
Yeah.
Ridges?
Oh yeah, the ridges are good.
What are you dipping that bad boy in?
We don't really bring dip to the chip party. It gets kind of messy in the cafeteria, so.
Let's just keep it simple with chips, guys. What can you tell me about surviving high school? First thing, how do I stay comfortable?
Definitely know your place in high school. Like, don't try to be someone you're not, And that's about it. Be who you are, and then, people accept you for who you are.
Can you give me some tips on high school fashion, staying comfortable?
I just wear sweatpants and shorts underneath.
Rocking the sweatpants with shorts underneath.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
So you got both?
Yeah, it's comfortable. And pair of flip-flops with mid-calves equals life.
Ah! How do I survive in high school in 2011?
I would say you'd have to find the right person who has gum, because everyone always wants gum.
You got a piece?
I actually do.
Dun 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 dun! Gum! Yes, please. All right. Let's see. So if I'm chewing gum, can I chew gum in chemistry?
Of course, most classes let you chew gum.
What about health class?
Definitely.
English?
Yep.
Gym?
Yes.
What about lunch?
Well,
Class.
you're just kind of eating during lunch, so I don't think you would have to chew gum.
Let's just enjoy our gum for about 15 seconds.
Okay.
I like the school. How do you survive high school?
Well, I make sure that when I'm on the bus, I have my iPod so that I don't have to hear all the other people talking about whatever they're talking about.
You don't want to hear that jibber jabber.
No,
Say it.
I don't want to hear that jibber jabber.
That's right. What kind of jibber jabber would you hear? Let's say you're hanging out here we're here in the cafeteria. Mm-hmm. People are eating, slack jawing.
Yeah.
What kind of jibber jabber are you gonna hear?
Usually just like who's going out with who, useless gossip and stuff like that.
Here's a little reenactment of the kind of jibber jabber that you can expect here at Mount Olive High School.
So, did you do the math homework yesterday?
I started doing it, and then I was like, I don't want to do this, but you know what? I have to finish it up before 6th block.
Yeah, so do I, because I didn't do it, and I only get like the first problem.
I know, the first problem I got, and then the second problem I was like, where's the key for this? Because I don't even see a key here.
Yeah, I was like gonna just like Google it. But
I
then
know.
I ran out of time, so.
Did you know that Mark and Kelly are going out?
I did, I heard that from George.
George?
Yeah.
I can't believe that slackjawer. He's always jibber jabbering.
He is.
Makes me want to put on my jams and not listen to it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anywho, let's meet our next student producers.
The Student Lens, meet the director, take 2.
Ladies, welcome to the Student Lens.
Hey.
Thanks so much for being on the show.
You're welcome.
I really loved your video. Could you set it up for me and tell me, was it made for a class?
Yeah, it was actually made, we have a special project for MSG Varsity because we really care about MSG Varsity here. So it was for our TB3 class, and Kayla and I worked on it together.
Great, let's take a look.
My script was rejected for the last time. I desperately tried month after month to create the most revolutionary film the world had ever seen, and had been rejected for the last time. It was at that defining moment that I committed suicide. I felt meaningless and soulless and purposeless without cinematography to keep me going. I knew I could not go on without it. Failure and rejection.
Failure and rejection. Failure and rejection.
Failure and rejection.
Ungrateful.
Ungrateful for what? For life? My life has been riddled with failure and rejection.
You will learn.
At least I have a jacket. It's freezing out here. But where are we? So, are you saying that this is supposed to be my conscience? But this is just a cold and frozen emptiness. Does that mean I'm just a cold-hearted person? An abandoned house and a woman rummaging through garbage. What's this supposed to teach us?
She too was ungrateful.
Did she work her whole life going after one goal and then have it all just shut back in her face?
She gave up. She gave up on her dreams.
A professional studio? Okay, now I'm listening.
She never gave up on her dreams.
She probably persevered through all rejection, and that's what I could never do. In order to be successful, you need to work through the highs and the lows, but my time's up, and there's nothing I can do now.
Your time is not up. You can do this.
What's he reading?
Your script.
Really? Who is he?
He's a producer. He wants to produce your script, but he hasn't heard the news of your unfortunate demise.
I would have had a produced show on TV. I can't even believe this. If I kept this determination going, I would have been successful. All I had to do was believe in myself.
Precisely.
What lies in my own heart led me to success, and I'm the captain of my own ship, and all I had to do was believe in myself.
You have learned.
Dad?
What are you doing sleeping on the floor?
Dad, I just came up with the best idea for a script ever. It's all about overcoming adversity and accepting the gifts life gives you.
That sounds really good.
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, it was awesome. And you hammer home feelings of failure and rejection in this film. Where do those feelings come from?
I watched this movie, it was called Rush Cutter's A Love Story, and it was all about this guy who, he dies, and in death he finds like the love of his life. And like that's kind of what I wanted to go with here, was like that nothing is really like a finality. Death doesn't mean it's like final forever, like you can overcome.
I guess in this business there's always going to be failures and you just kind of have to overcome them.
How did you guys cast your actors?
My boyfriend and my dad were just available, so it went to them.
Are they always available for your project?
Yeah, but they did come with some complications.
Oh yeah? What happened?
My dad doesn't know how to act at all, but we trained him, so it was okay, and that was only really the main problem, was my dad.
Is there anything we should know about the edit process for this film?
It was done twice.
Extensive, yeah.
At first, when we first taped it, there was some issues, there were some things in the background, some costume that just wasn't very consistent, so we had to switch that up, and Carolyn ended up retaping everything.
So you shot the film, and then you got to go back and shoot it again. A lot of things must have changed.
I actually rewrote the whole script with Kayla. We made it a lot shorter, so it was a lot better in that point. We made it so it would be easier to shoot and that it was easier for my dad to speak everything out. The shot of my boyfriend and my dad in the snow was new with the wind. Everybody says that that's their favorite shot, so I was really happy that we refilmed with that. Everything just came out a lot more smoother the second time.
That was a real garbage lady digging in the trash, right?
My mom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a family event.
And how did you two define your roles? Did you both direct, or how did you work together? What
More of the producer and director, and I did more editing, and I helped with the writing. Like she said, we shot it twice. So the first time we shot it, I was like, this just it won't work. It looks like we did it in the school. So I kind of helped her to move it more towards, you know, where are they? I don't know.
There's a little Twilight Zone twist at the end. How did that come about?
I don't know. I wanted it to like kind of end on like a cliffhanger kind of note. Originally, I wanted to like put it on the staircase, but I thought that that was like the best place to go with the shot. So I just kind of wanted like a full circle ending with it all and like mystery.
Again, ladies, thank you so much for being on the show. It was great. Well, that wraps up this edition of the Student Lens from Mount Olive High School. I want to thank the administration, the teachers, and of course the students for making us feel so welcome.